Okay, I have a block comparison video. I have 4 kinds of blocks. I can compare and contrast them. All right, the first one is the Ocamora Rainbow. I really like it. I would say that it has the roughest texture out of all of the blocks I have, although I kind of like that for stacking. I've felt Grimm's in the store and it feels very similar to this. Next we have the Guidecraft Rainbow Blocks. These are supposed to be unit blocks, but their dimensions are slightly off. But other than that, I think they're really fun. They're a little bit smoother on the wood part than the Ocamora. These are the Love Every, just the ones that came in the kits, and I actually have 2 versions, the older kit and the newer kit. The newer kit, the corners aren't as rounded, they're more geometric. And to show you dimensions, the Love Every cubes, oh, it's kind of in shadow. Let's see, that's almost 1.5 inches. Yeah, and that one without the rounded corners, it's more clear, about 1.5 inches cube. And I would say the feel of this is smoother than the other 2. This is my favorite one, the one that's unpainted, which they don't put in the kits anymore. Yeah, smoother than the other 2. But the ones that are painted, they do have that kind of plasticky acrylic paint feel. And the older ones maybe even have a little more paint cover than the newer ones. Hard to say though. You can still see a little bit of the wood grain through the painted ones though. Right, and then we have the Everwood Friends. I have the, what's it called? My First Block set with 26 pieces. And then they also threw in a couple bonus like discards, like defective ones that I guess they felt like they couldn't sell, which is kind of nice. These are so crazy smooth. These are the smoothest out of all of them, and they just feel so silky, super crazy, and they're very well rounded. And these are also unit blocks. Let's see, I think they're 1 inch 3/8 unit. So if you compare them next to the Love Every, quite a bit smaller. What else to say about them? The Love Every, I think, are made of rubber wood, and the Everwood Friends are made of maple. I'm not sure about the Guidecraft, they might be beech wood. And then this I didn't order, but they gave me one of the ones with the gems in it, which is just stunning. Really like that. As far as stacking, I do feel like the painted, focus a little bit. I do feel like the painted Love Every have a lot more slip, which is interesting. Even though these feel smoother, they feel more stable for stacking. I would say out of all of them, the Love Every are my least favorite. I like the Ocamora Rainbow. I like the Guidecraft, but their dimensions are off. Oh, I was gonna show you about that. So, the Everwood dimensions are spot on, and you could see that the Guidecraft blocks should meet the same dimensions because they measure correctly in this direction. But actually, if you were to stack them vertically and horizontally, you'll see that they don't match up. So they're too thin, because 2 of them stacked up should equal one of them on its side, but it doesn't. Whereas these, they measure correctly this way, and they measure correctly this way. Right. I don't know if you can see that. So when you try to create structures with other unit blocks, or even, you know, with the Guidecraft themselves, they don't line up exactly in certain directions, which is annoying. But I do really love the colors. I would say I prefer the tactile feel of the Guidecraft to the Love Every, and I mean, they just cast gorgeous light through their little like acrylic windows. And let me think, anything else? I like the selection of shapes that comes with the Everwood Friends. I wasn't sure at first, because at first they look so small, especially these little like 1/2 by 1 by 1s, but they're not small enough to be a choking hazard, and they're so smooth. And I could see these being used by a little bit older children as loose parts. Yeah, just gorgeous. And oh yes, the Everwood Friends also comes on a platform, which is just as smooth as the blocks, and it's good because it means you can build on carpet. And yeah, I think the Ocamora is beech wood. If I'm wrong, I will correct that, but yeah, I like using them together. Yeah, so I just wanted to put this up because I don't see a lot of content comparing and contrasting the different kinds of blocks, and there's so many available that I feel like it's confusing. But there you go. They have some different properties when building. Thank you. Bye.